It's time for you to get up, will win. It's time for you to reactivate your finances, your health. Are you ready to get your life? Well, this is your moment. Ready to get your life back on track? Get up. What are you doing? It's your time to reactivate.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Listen, I was just talking to my IG fan. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining in tonight. Thank you for joining tonight. You know what time it is. It is Monday night here on the Win Network and on IG Live and Facebook Live for Reactivate the Moment. We come here every night, every Monday night at 8 p.m. where we make sure we allow you and we give you the opportunity to make every moment count. We want to make sure you make every moment count, because guess what? You don't know what your next moment will be, but you have to take advantage of each and every moment that you have. I appreciate you for tuning in. I need you to do me a favor. I need everybody to like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share this broadcast. Like, comment, and share this broadcast so that we can get the world to know what goes down right here on Reactivate the Moment. Listen, we have a good one for you tonight. And I want to make sure that everybody hears me clearly. This is a topic that is specifically for you. It's specifically for you. And it causes you, I think it causes you to think about certain decisions that you make. It causes you to think about certain outcomes of the decision that you make. So here it is. I want you to remind you, here it is. There's a difference between waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. Say one more time. There is a big difference between waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. Now, what we have to understand is that when you're being chased, when you're waiting to be chased, that statement alone, waiting to be chased, has so many things to unpack. It's so many ideas to unpack. When you are waiting to be chased, think about it. First of all, you're waiting. When we think about what waiting is, we think about of us just being stagnant. We think about us just being laid back. We think about us not putting forth any effort. We think about us just waiting on something to come to us. You can be waiting on your food if you're ever in a restaurant. You could be waiting on an Uber if you're waiting on your Uber driver. You're waiting on Uber. You're waiting on some of us can be waiting on our mate, can be waiting on our loved one. We can be waiting on our significant other to sweep us off our feet. We can be waiting on that special someone to make us feel great. But we have to understand, waiting is also one thing I like to say. Waiting causes a dilemma. Waiting causes a dilemma, because what you're doing is you're not allowing yourself, you're not causing yourself to be proactive. When you're waiting, you're not being proactive. Think about it. Think about what you do when you're waiting. Think about what you do. You're on your phone. You're going through your social media accounts. You're texting somebody. You could be talking to somebody. You could be even complaining about what's not happening. You could be even complaining about what's not going right. And so when we think about we're waiting, we got to think about what we're doing while we're waiting. Are you being proactive? While you're waiting on a change to come, while you're waiting on your life to change, while you're waiting on things to get better, while you're waiting on things to get right, are you being proactive? Are you thinking about your future at the time? Are you thinking about what you're going to do in the next 5 minutes? Are you even thinking about what you're going to do when you get home? Because some of us, what we like to do when we wait, we like to think about certain things that don't benefit us. I think I'm saying it again. Sometimes when you're waiting, you don't think about things that benefit you. You think about things that are temporary fixes. I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes when we're waiting, we put on the persona that we're doing something proactive. We put on the persona that something is changing, something is benefiting. But every now and again, we have the idle mind. Every now and again, we have those thoughts where things aren't panning out the way they should. We have those thoughts where things are temporary. We think about temporary fixes. Think about it. Whenever you're waiting, have you ever been mad? Have you ever been upset at the outcome of your waiting? Have you ever been upset at the fact that somebody is late? Have you ever been upset that, say, for example, you're waiting for your food comes out, it's not the way you wanted it, or it's not the way you thought it would be, or it doesn't taste as good as you thought it would? Or what about those of us that have been, those of you that have been waiting on a relationship? You've been waiting on that person to come and sweep you off your feet. You've been waiting on that person to come and make your life better in some aspect. You want them to make your life better in some way, shape, or form. And you look at them, you say, "Oh man, they look good. They groom good. They dress well. They smell good." But all of a sudden, 2 or 3 months in the relationship, it seems like things aren't the way they seem. It seems like the way they look isn't matching up with their attitude. It seems like the way they dress, it doesn't match up with their bank account. It seems like the way they smell doesn't match up with how they live. And so what we do is we tend to look for a temporary fix. We tend to look for something to fill the void. And that's what we have to understand with waiting. Waiting causes you to fill a void that doesn't need to be filled. It causes you to fill a void with something temporary. It causes you to fill a void with something that does not make sense. Remember, we're talking about waiting to be chased. We're talking about waiting. I'm gonna get to the chase part in a minute, but I want to deep dive into this waiting thing, because a lot of us take the wait. A lot of us play the waiting game, thinking that it's gonna create a better and bigger outcome for us. A lot of us play this waiting game, thinking that if I wait a little longer, something good is going to happen. Or thinking about, hey man, I can't wait anymore. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait anymore because I have to have something to change now. I have to have my change to happen now because I've waited. I've waited so long. I'm tired of waiting. I've waited so long. I need to keep going. I need to move forward. But every now and again, when you get to that point where you've been waiting so long, when you get frustrated, when you get impatient with your waiting, that's when you end up filling the void with a temporary fix. That's where you end up filling that void with something that did not need it, something that it did not need to be filled with. There it is. That's what happens when you're waiting. But then let's get to the chase part. What's up, Kim? Let's get to the chase part. Remember, we're waiting to be chased. Some of us are waiting to be chased. You see, that when I think about that, when I first read this, when I first saw this, and I thought about it, I thought about, how we were told as a society that ladies shouldn't have to chase a man, or you shouldn't have to chase a man should come and sweep you off your feet. A man should come and take care of you. And some of us are getting to this mindset where we're waiting to be chased. And the thing about it is, what is it? Here it is. We talked about the waiting. Let's talk about the chase part. But the thing is, what is chasing you? I want you to think about that for a second. What is chasing you? When you say you're waiting to be chased, I mean, we're waiting for something. What exactly is chasing you? Is it money? Is it a relationship? Is it a friendship? Or could it be for some of us a situationship? You know what situationships are? Those things that when you get into a relationship and say it's complicated. 9 times out of 10, you're in a situationship. But anyway, that's for another conversation for another week. But listen to me. What's chasing us? Because a lot of us are trying to chase the bag. A lot of us are trying to get to the money. A lot of us are trying to get to the relationship. A lot of us are trying to get to a better opportunity. But some of us are waiting for that opportunity to come. We're waiting for the opportunity to chase us. We're waiting for the opportunity to pursue us. We're waiting for the opportunity to grab hold of us. And what we have to understand is that sometimes those opportunities aren't meant to grab hold of us too long. Because guess what? Sometimes those opportunities aren't something that we need to have to be chasing us. Because guess what? Every bag ain't a good bag. Mm-hmm. Every amount of money ain't a good amount of money. Every relationship isn't a good relationship, but yet you're waiting for it to chase you. Remember, we talked about what waiting does. When we're waiting on we're spending time and waiting for a void to be filled. But every now and again, the thing that's filling that void, the thing that you want to chase you, the thing that you want to pursue you, isn't the thing that needs to be filled. Isn't the thing that's pursuing you isn't what's supposed to be the void is not what's supposed to be filled with. Because guess what? Yeah, we're waiting on the bag, but guess what? What are you going to do when you get that bag? What are you going to do when you get a certain amount of money? Yeah, you're waiting on a relationship, but what are you going to do? What are you doing to prepare yourself for that relationship? What are you going to do when you receive the bag? What are you going to do when you receive the opportunity? Because I've seen and I've heard of, and even myself have blown opportunities so many times. There are so many times where I've blown the bag, I've blown the money. There's so many times where I messed up a relationship, I messed up a friendship, I messed up a companionship. There were so many times. Why? Because I wasn't being productive while I was waiting. That's the part that we have to make clear. We have to be productive while we're waiting. We have to be producing something while we're waiting. We have to be producing something while you're waiting for that thing to chase you. Because guess what's going to happen? Because guess what? We don't know how long that thing been chasing us. We don't realize how long that thing has been pursuing us. The money, the bag, the relationship, the whatever. It's been pursuing you for a long time. But you've been waiting for so long, but you've been waiting for so long that you forgot what it felt like to be yourself again. Here it is. We didn't think about that. You didn't think about that. Sometimes when you're waiting, sometimes when you spend too much time waiting, guess what? You lose yourself in your waiting. You lose yourself trying to spend so much time waiting. Why? Because you've lost focus on who you are, because you're trying to pursue something that's not meant to be yours in the first place. I'm gonna say it again. You've been waiting so long for that relationship. You've been waiting so long for that bag. You've been waiting so long for that opportunity that you've lost yourself in the process. And what happens is when you lose yourself, guess what? You're spending so much time trying to pursue the bag that you need to pursue who you are. You need to pick up the pieces of who you were to get back to where you want to get back to who you were, to who you are. Because what we do is we lose focus of who we are, trying to get to the opportunity that we mess up, and we miss certain opportunities, we miss certain circumstances, we miss certain things in our lives, and things that were meant for us to happen, things that were meant for to happen for us, things that were meant to happen to us no longer happen. Why? Because we've lost ourselves waiting to be chased by something that isn't beneficial to us. So think about it again. What's chasing you? What's pursuing you? Or matter of fact, who's pursuing you? Because guess what? You got people that are lying in wait. People are waiting for you to fail. People are waiting for you to give up. People are waiting for you to throw in the towel. Excuse me. People are waiting for you. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. People are waiting for you to turn around and do a 180, to turn around and walk away. Do you know why? Here's the reason why. Because while you're walking away, while you're giving up, while you're frustrated, while you're throwing in the towel, while you're saying, I can't do this anymore, you know what they're doing? They're swooping in, picking up where you left off. They're swooping in, picking up, they're swooping in, picking up the bag that you dropped. They're swooping in, picking up that relationship that you fumbled. I'm so sorry, excuse me, guys. They're swooping in, picking up that opportunity that you let fail, you let fall by the wayside. What we do is, because we waited, because we squandered the opportunity, because we gave up on the opportunity, because we were frustrated. Guess what happened? Somebody that was chasing you. There it is. They were chasing you because you were waiting. They were chasing, they were chasing what you had. They were chasing what you wanted, what you have, because that's what they wanted. And because they were chasing, guess what they did? They swooped right in and picked up where you left off. But here it is. It's a difference between waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. After this commercial break, we're going to talk about what it means to prepare to be found. Give me one quick second after this commercial break.
What's up, family? It's your girl, Terry Y. Hicks of the amazing Fab Five, and I am here to tell you to tune into the Empowered Morning Show Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the WIN Network.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's a difference between waiting to be chased. We talked about what it means for waiting to be chased. We talked about that. But now there's a difference between from waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. Here it is. Remember, when we were waiting to be chased, we were waiting to be chased. There were things happening that caused us to not be found. There were things happening. Here it is. We were trying to have voids filled. We were trying to have things happen in our lives. We were trying to wait for whatever chasing us to catch up to us. But some way, whatever that was trying to catch up to us, guess what? Somebody swooped in and took it. Now we're trying to prepare to be found. We're trying to prepare to be found. The key word in that phrase is prepare. We have to make the correct preparation. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, and I hope you're hearing me clearly, but some of you have been making the wrong preparation. Some of you need to be making the correct preparation, because guess what? If you're not preparing yourself correctly, if you're not preparing yourself, you're not preparing your mental, if you're not preparing how you speak, if you're not preparing how you walk, if you're not preparing how you think, if you're not preparing your lifestyle, guess what? You will never be found by. If you're not making the correct preparations, you won't be. And you're forever to be chased by something that isn't meant to be for you. When all along you could be making the correct preparations and preparing yourself to be found by something that's going to benefit you, not only now, but it's going to benefit your future. Your future is going to continue to be damaged. I'm sorry. Your present, your right now is going to continue to be damaged. Your future is going to even be worse off if you're not preparing yourself to be found by what it is that you're seeking. You got to prepare yourself to be found. You got to prepare yourself for the relationship. You want the relationship, but you're not prepared for it. Because what's going to happen is when you finally get the relationship, guess what, y'all? The relationship is going to crumble. The relationship is going to fail. The relationship, you're going to have heartache. The relationship, you're going to be crying. The relationship, you're going to be heartbroken. The relationship, they're not going to love you. Your relationship, you're not going to love them. And guess what happened? It ends to your demise mentally, physically, and emotionally because you haven't prepared yourself. Guess what? A lot of us, I don't know how many of us have played the Powerball. I don't know how many of us have driven down or have been in the car with somebody, and you've seen the Powerball went to the billions and the millions of dollars, and you kept saying, "Oh, I need to get that Powerball." How do I know? I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I played it a couple of times. Did I hit? No, because if I would have hit, you would not see. Anyway, you would not see me here anyway. But a lot of us have played the Powerball. We've tried to Mega Millions, the whole nine, right? But guess what? Those of us that didn't have the opportunity to win it, those of us that didn't win a dime from that money, you know why you didn't win? You didn't win a dime for that money. You know why you didn't win those Mega Millions, or you didn't get your numbers didn't hit? Is because you weren't prepared for the money anyway. Yeah, sure. A lot of us have said, "Man, if I got that money, I'll do this. If I got that money, I'll do that. If I had this money, I can do this." But guess what? That's all talk. But are you prepared for it? Think about, are you really prepared for that amount of money? I said to you like this, some of us have been putting in application after application after application. We've been applying for jobs. We've been on LinkedIn applying for jobs. We've been on whatever other site you've been on applying for jobs. Whatever, I forget the site, but we've been on all these different sites applying for jobs. And guess what? You got denied every time. Because you want more money. You said, "I'm sick of working in fast food. I'm sick of working in retail. I'm sick of working for whoever. I'm sick of working for whatever." And you've applied. You put your resume in and everything. You've even paid people. You even paid people to do your resume for you. But the job did not pan out. Why? Because you weren't prepared to handle the job anyway. The job was right. The job was right for you. But you weren't right for it. Why? Because you weren't there mentally. You weren't really ready. You weren't really ready to work. You weren't ready to clock in and out every day. You cool with just being where you at. You cool with just being who you are. You've gotten complacent. That's why it's important for us to prepare to be found. Stop waiting to be chased. And I need you to prepare to be found. What's okay? Stop waiting to be chased. And I need you to prepare to be found. Because what preparation does, preparation causes you to work. The reason why a lot of us aren't successful in our relationship, the reason why a lot of us aren't successful in life, because we don't want to work for it. But I'm here to tell you this: if it's worth it, you need to work for it. If it's worth it, you ought to work it. Because what our tendency is, Our tendency is to say, you know, man, I can move on to the next one, man. Like they ain't hitting for me, I can move on. Or this job ain't hitting for me, I can get a job anywhere. Or this ain't hitting for, or this ain't it for me. This ain't the right one, the right thing for me. I can move on to somewhere else. But you're going to continue to be chasing. You're going to continue to wait to be chased. And every time, have you noticed that every opportunity that's come your way that you told no, every opportunity that's come your way that you said, man, I don't need it. Every person that's come into your life and said, man, I don't need you. Every person that's come into your life that try to benefit you, you're like, man, I don't need it. You know why? Because you weren't prepared to be found. Because you didn't put in the work, because you were waiting to be chased. There's no way in the world anything in your life will work for you if you're prepared for it. I'm going to say it again. There's no way in the world anything in your life will be prepared for you because you're not prepared for it. Meaning that you can't think that you're going to be able to come pick up where you left off and think that things are going to be okay. You can't think because you're picking up the pieces that things are going to be okay. Because no, guess what? You're not only just picking up the pieces of you, but you're picking up the pieces of the missed and broken opportunities that you had, that you fumbled, that you dropped, that you let go, that you let fail. So now you have all these pieces in your hand. You got pieces of yourself. You got pieces of your past. You got pieces of your present. You got pieces of dreams for your future. You got pieces of your right now. You got pieces of what's next. You got pieces of what's to come. And you're confused because you don't know how to put all these pieces together. It's like you have a jigsaw puzzle with 1,000 pieces. You see the box. You see the box where the picture's supposed to look like. That's what it means when you're prepared to be found, right there. When you see that box, that's prepared. That's preparation. That's what you do when you prepare and you're making the preparation to have something come out great, something come out fantastic. But the pieces inside are the ones that's waiting to be chased, because you have to figure out what pieces go best in what part of your life. Good God, I don't know who I'm talking to, but some of you need to figure out what pieces of your puzzle work best with the situation in your life. Because you have a situation in your life right now, but you have a piece of the puzzle that's meant for your future. You have a situation in your life right now, but you have a piece of your past that's meant for your past. So it doesn't fit right there. It doesn't go where we're supposed to go. It doesn't go where you need it to go. Because so now you're confused. So now you got to put that piece to the side. And when you put that piece to the side, guess what happens? When you put that piece to the side, now you have to figure out what your next move is. And that's how you figure out. That's how you know that you've been waiting to be found. Waiting to be chased. When you need to be making the preparations to be found. Because guess what happens? Here it is. I'm gonna hit this nerve. Y'all ain't gonna like it. Guess what happens? When you are prepared to be found, whatever, whoever, however it comes to find you, they will appreciate you more. I'm gonna say it again. However and whoever and whatever comes along the way to find you, it will appreciate you more. You thought I was going to say that you'll appreciate it more. Yes, you will. Yeah, you'll appreciate it. Yeah, you'll appreciate the new car. You appreciate the new job. You appreciate the promotion. You appreciate the relationship. You'll appreciate the money. But it will also appreciate you. Here's why. The reason why your what, your who, your when, your how, your why will appreciate you. Because while you were waiting to be chased, you lost appreciation for yourself. Golly. And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a tough thing to deal with. To realize that you didn't appreciate yourself when all along you've been looking in the mirror saying how much you look, how good you look. You've been looking in the mirror trying to push yourself, motivate yourself. You've been trying to uplift yourself and saying, I'm going to make it. I can do this. You even been quoting scriptures. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You've done all this, but guess what? You still lost appreciation for yourself. How did I lose appreciation for myself? Because you don't even have the things that you desire. You've been looking for things. You've been seeking things. You've been trying to find things. You've been wanting things for yourself, but you don't have those things. And now you've lost appreciation for who you are, meaning that you've lost yourself. And sometimes what we end up doing is we try to do so much and work so much to find ourselves, to find who we are, to get our life back, to get our mind back, to get our hearts back, to get back who we were, that we end up losing ourselves in the process, or AKA waiting to be chased. When if you were preparing yourself to be found, then once you are found, you'll be able to get back and realize, or step back or look back and realize and say, man, I've come a long way from being chased. Because guess what? Because when you're preparing to be found, guess what? You don't have to move anywhere. All you have to do is prepare. Meaning that what we have to do, we have to get rid of certain things. Get rid of certain people, get rid of certain places in our lives so that we can be prepared to be found by the right thing, the right one, the right group of people, the right situation, the right opportunity. You don't have to move a muscle. Because guess what? What we end up doing when we're waiting to be chased, when they're chasing us, here it is. When we're being chased, what if you're being chased by something that you don't need? Guess what you start doing? You start running. And as long as you try to run away from your problems are going to always be there. But when you're making the preparation to be found, you don't have to move anywhere. Because guess what? You've already prepared yourself for, you've made room, you've created space, you've thrown out all the clutter, you've thrown out things from your past, you've got rid of people from your past, and now you have to do is just sit there and get ready for what's about to come, because it's guaranteed to blow your mind. When you're waiting to be chased, here it is. When you're waiting to be chased, the thing that's chasing you, you have no idea what's coming. You have no idea where opportunity is coming. You have no idea what man or what woman is coming to fill that void. You have no idea. But when you're prepared to be found, when you're prepared for somebody to find you, when you're prepared for something to find you, then you already know what's coming, because guess what? You prepare yourself for it. You already know the job is yours because you prepared yourself for the job. You already know the relationship is meant to last because you prepare yourself for that relationship. You already know that that the bag you're about to get is not going to be fumbled this time because you prepared yourself to receive the bag, to receive the money, to receive the opportunity. Because you said, you know, I've waited so long, I've been chased so long that I know what it's like. I know what it's like to fumble that bag. I know what it's like to not have what I need and not have what I want. So since I'm prepared, since I'm making preparations, I'm cool with it now. And guess what you get to do? Here it is, y'all. Guess what you get to do? You get to watch other people. You get to watch those other people fumble. You get to watch those other people fail. You get to watch those other people lose and miss opportunities. You get to watch those other people heartbreak. You get to watch those other people cry because they were waiting to be chased. But we are the lucky ones, you and I. We are the lucky ones that we're preparing ourselves to be found. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but I want you to understand and hear me clearly. That there's a big difference between waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna repeat myself. When you're waiting, the reason why you're waiting and it's not happening for you because you're not making the correct changes to your life for whatever's chasing you to grab hold of you. When you're waiting, you're not making the correct preparation. You're not making the correct changes or alterations in your life, in your circle, in your area, in your mind, wherever. You're not making the correct preparations for whatever's chasing you to grab a hold of you. Yes, it's going to find you, but will you hold on to it? Yes, it's going to find you, but will you grab a hold of it? That's how we fumble stuff. Because we find it, we grab it, we take hold of it, but every now and again, life gets a little rocky and we fumble whatever it is. But when you're prepared to be found, what you have to understand is that the preparation of it is, you will not lose your grip, you will not lose your focus, you will not lose your mindset, you will not lose who you are. You will not even allow distractions to come into your life to deter you off your course. You will not allow any of that to happen because you've been patient and you've been making the preparations for you to be found. I don't know about you, but I'm looking for some people that's prepared or that's prepared. If that's you, I need you to type in the comment section and say, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I'm no longer waiting. I'm prepared. I'm no longer waiting. I've waited. I've waited too long. Waited too long. I'm prepared now. I done made too many mistakes. I'm prepared now. I've been confused too many times. I'm prepared now. I've been frustrated for too long. I'm prepared now. I've given up too many times, but I'm prepared now. I said, I'm done. I'm sorry. I can't move on. But I'm prepared now. I'm prepared because what's happening is while you're saying that I'm prepared, guess what happened? While you're saying this, while you're putting this out into the atmosphere, while you're putting this out and for the universe and for God and for the heavens to hear, what you're saying that I'm prepared, meaning that I'm ready to receive what it is that I've been praying for. I'm ready to receive what it is that I've been asking God for. I'm ready to receive what it is that I've been sacrificing myself, sacrificing my time, sacrificing who I am. I'm ready to receive it because I've been waiting for so long that it's time. I had no choice but to get prepared. That's another thing. Some of you have been waiting to be chased so long. You've been waiting to be chased so long that you had no choice but to prepare. Because guess what happened? The thing that was chasing you was getting you ready to be prepared for what's about to happen to and for you. The thing that's been chasing you has been getting you prepared for what's about to happen to and for you. So now you had no choice but to get into preparation mode. And now you can say, I'm prepared now. No longer am I waiting. I'm prepared. Because there's a difference between waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. Listen, I hope, and I pray that tonight's word was a blessing to you. I hope you were able to get something from it. I hope you were able to hear my heart in this and hear what I'm saying, because excuse me, because too often we make the common mistake. I've done it myself. We make the mistake of trying our best to wait because we think that waiting is a good thing. Yes, sometimes it's good to wait for an opportunity. Sometimes it's good to wait for certain things, certain changes. But sometimes you got to think about it. When you're waiting, the key to the waiting is, what are you doing while you're waiting? A lot of us just wait and just think they're supposed to come, but it's not supposed to come. It's not going to happen that way because you're not prepared. You can put it like this: God is not going to do anything for you if you haven't made the proper preparations for him to bless you with whatever it is you've been asking him for. So you're going to continue to wait. And as long as you continue to wait, you're going to continue to be chased. And I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to be chased by anything I don't need. I'm not trying to be chased by anything I don't want. I'm trying to prepare myself to be found by the thing that I've been asking and praying to God to do for me. Because guess what? The thing that's meant to find you is specifically tailor-made for you. Meaning that whoever is waiting on you to fail, they won't be able to pick up the thing that you drop. Because guess what? You won't be able to drop it, because if it's tailor-made for you, that means it's made to fit perfectly for you. That means nobody else can fit in it. Nobody else can put it on. And nobody else will look as good or smell as good or feel as good as you with it on. So just know and understand that there's a difference between waiting to be chased and preparing to be found. Listen, that is my time. This evening. I appreciate you guys for joining. I need you to do me a favor. I need everybody to like, share, and comment on the video. Thank you for those of you that joined in. Thank you for those of you that tune in on IG Live, my IG family. Appreciate you, my Facebook and YouTube and everybody else. Thank you. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go follow the Win Network. The Win Network, WEN Network. You can follow them on Instagram at Win Empower Mornings, and you can follow them on Facebook at the same place, Win Empower Mornings and Win Network. Also, do me a favor. I need you to follow me on IG and Facebook if you haven't already at Reactivate The Moment. Please follow me. I'll follow you back. What's going on? I don't know who that is. What's going on? I see you at the bottom. What's going on my IG family? So I need you to do me a favor. Listen. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you meet me here. Next week, same time, same channel, right here on the Win Network, Reactivate The Moment, and on my pages at 8 p.m. every Monday night at 8 p.m. for Reactivate the Moment. We reactivate at 8. That's a new slogan. I'm going to use that one. Yeah. We reactivate at 8. I love you, and there's absolutely, positively nothing you can do about it. Have a great week, everybody, and I hope to see you all next week. Same time, same channel, right here on Reactivate the Moment. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.
you.